Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Marriage is Tougher Than Woodpecker Lips podcast. This is Brian, joined by my co host, Paul. We'd like to welcome you to a community meant for the men of the world to share their thoughts and perspectives on marriage. We can learn from each other's experiences and help each other be better husbands. This week on the pod, we want to just tell you how our Father's Day went. Last week, we said Father's Day is the worst holiday ever. Is that really true?
Yep. And before we get all the way into the episode, we'd just like to welcome you and thank you for listening to the podcast. If this was your first time, hi. If you've been rocking with us for a while, we appreciate you coming back. If you'd like to reach out to us and leave us a comment, please search Marriage is Tougher on any social media channel, or you can go to marriagestougher.com, click the contact form, fill it out, and we will get your info. If you'd like to be a guest, you can do the same thing. Fill out that form, leave us your name and what you'd like to talk about, and we'll reach back out to you so we can get you on the pod. We appreciate you guys taking your time out to listen. Now let's get into the show.
All
So
right.
we want
Yes,
to
sir.
talk Father's Day and
Yes.
how it was low on the totem pole last week we talked about. So
Right.
let's discuss how we felt about our Father's Day, what happened, and so tell me, how was your Father's Day?
So, my Father's Day was actually great. I last week shared that I broke new ground and decided to ask for exactly what I wanted, and the family delivered. Um, I had seen this fun tool on TikTok going viral. It was a printer, like a photo printer, but it also had like a Cricut style cutting tool. So you could, you know, basically make your own stickers with it, right? Which seems maybe novel or I don't know. What I will say about this is I saw it as a tool to help my branding, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. So there's that. But all that to say, if you have a good wife and you build up the courage to actually ask for what you want, the shtick to it is it allows her to deliver on what you want.
Imagine that. It
Imagine
actually
that.
working.
Imagine that. So now I'm not sitting there wishing for something that I could have asked for but didn't, and then complaining on the back end that I didn't get what I want because I didn't have the courage, know how, or ability at the time to state my needs. So
Wow.
another part of Father's Day for me was it was the weekend of the US Open. And the kids asked me, "Hey, can we go fishing like we did last year?" And it was a little rainy, so it gave me an excuse. But more or less, what I really wanted to do was just sit on the couch and watch the last day of the U.S. Open, which was a very interesting finish. And my family allowed me to do that because I asked for it.
Wow.
My
Imagine
mother-in-law,
that.
right, right. My mother-in-law also took us all out to dinner before she left for her vacation, and it was a great day, man. I got to spend time with my family. Still, I got a gift that I wanted, and I got to do what I wanted, all because my family loves me and I asked for what I wanted and I allowed them to love me by telling them what I wanted.
Man, communication is wild. How that
Indeed.
works.
How about that?
You assertively communicate, and so it's direct and what you want, and it's not beating around the bush. And then you
Yeah.
allow your wife and your family to respond. And look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is actually amazing. I love that for you. I hope this encourages, you know, any listener out there that is a dad or really just doesn't usually say what they want to actually take that step. Let me ask you this: how was it communicating? Or like, was it hard to like decide, hey, I'm just going to tell them what I want to do because it was out of the norm, or have you been building up kind of the the muscle and the courage to be able to communicate clearly?
So that's a good question. I can't say that I have been building up the muscle. I think with the combination of some of the content that we discussed last week that, definitely portrayed Father's Day as a negative experience, I wanted to offer myself the opportunity to make sure that that didn't happen. So it was more or less for me just a choice in the moment when my wife asked, "Hey, what do you want for Father's Day?" to actually make the decision and execute on just saying it, right? And be damned if, you know, I thought that I was going to be disappointed or, that she wouldn't deliver on it. I had to give her the opportunity, or I'm guaranteed to not have her deliver on what I asked for.
Right. That's a good point. That's a great point. At least give her the chance.
Yeah.
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 That's really cool. I'm glad that you gave gave her a chance to be as awesome as she is, right?
Mhm.
Like we talk
Yeah.
about having good wives, but then we don't always set them up to be their full awesomeness because we hold back or we don't say or we don't communicate or we don't know how to assertively tell, like succinctly, specifically what we need or what
Right.
we'd like. And then we want to talk about or be disgruntled if it doesn't happen the way. But if we, in our heart of hearts, knew that we clearly communicated, then we know that they will clearly deliver.
Yeah.
It's when we're
Yeah.
vague and not focused or, not specific, then it can be in a gray area because really in their minds, they're thinking of all the options if we're gray.
Hmm.
And they're like, okay, my brain works like, okay, I can see all the options. Let me figure out if he would like this one or what he would actually want based on what I know about what I knew about him, what I know about him, and what mood he's in right now.
Yeah.
So if we can just say, doesn't matter what my mood is, I want this, and like, oh, easy peasy. How do I make this awesome as I present what he exactly communicated that he wanted? So,
Yeah. Like, good on me for making it easier on her.
right. Right, and you reap all the benefits.
Facts. And so did
So,
she. I mean, can I just say that our week following Father's Day was great as well?
oh,
Like, I had
nice.
some positive things happening in my life, but I mean, I guess chain reaction, right? Like, I told her what I want, she delivered on it, and I was able to remain in an uplifted mood, right? I was celebrated. The kids went out of their way to like tell me Happy Father's Day all day long, right? And then we moved from Sunday on a positive note into the week, right? We also had a nice experience the night before at a birthday party, and I think knowing that our communication is improving is allowing us to just enjoy each other more, right? We were in therapy and we are sharing the experience of our week with the therapist, and she's like, I know you guys have been working on your like the friendship aspect of your relationship. Was there any point during the week where you felt like that was getting stronger? And I was able to respond yes,
Nice.
right? I got new news about my job, and instantly she was who I wanted to share that information with, right? And that wasn't always the case. Like sometimes
Hmm.
I would think of you first, or
Hmm.
like other people in my life that I knew would celebrate with me, right? But your friends are who you want to tell first.
Right.
And like she was just instantly that person. I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell her and like see how she
Hmm.
reacts, right? So I don't know, man. It was a really good week following Father's Day as well.
Man, that's fantastic. Yeah, I love that. Just communicate and see what happens. Right. The
Yeah,
worst that could happen is it not. But again, like we've been saying, and kind of a theme on here is like, but what if it's amazing?
yeah,
Right. And it was. Right. Yeah. I mean, for me, Father's Day was there's an unexpected turn. Right. So, um, months before, maybe on my birthday, which is early May, um, my sister hit me up, my oldest sister, and was like, "Hey, happy birthday, blah, blah." She's like, "We might be coming up for Father's Day. We might surprise dad, blah, blah, blah." And, but she never followed back up. She's like, "I'll let you know." She never followed back up. But shortly after we got off the podcast, I was taking a nap and all of a sudden the doorbell rings. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, we're not expecting a package. We look out. It's like, it's not Bella's best friend. Who was that on the thing? And so my older sister and her fiance showed up. So they
that's
drove
awesome.
in from Atlanta to surprise everybody. So that was really cool. I mean, that was really all I needed because, we usually do like just to hang out. My dad he always wants chili that my mom makes. So we do like a chili bar. And so that's a staple. Everybody just comes through. Um, I was a little apprehensive because we were going out of town that night.
Okay,
Um, so we were flying out the airport and blah blah blah. So I was like, man, like we're gonna have to host and then clean up and then still pack and blah blah blah. So I was like, I don't know how that's gonna go. That's what I was thinking, but it really worked out. Everybody came through early enough that it wasn't like a heavy lift after cleaning. Um, and so really just all I want to do is hang out with my family on Father's Day. Like
I got you.
I don't want to do a bunch of cooking and cleaning and all that stuff, which having a chili bar helps, right? It's chili in a
Yeah,
crock pot, and then with different sides, cheese, sour cream, blah, 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 rice, but my mom did all of that. Cause she also knew that, and everyone contributed bringing stuff. So we didn't really have to do much. And I think because we were going out of town, people were a little bit more thoughtful on like, how can I help and all that stuff. So it was, it was really nice. I mean, I didn't ask for anything just because I didn't need anything, um,
yeah,
and so kind of where we are in our financial situation, it didn't lean to asking for much anyway. So it's just like, nah, that's not with our goals that we're trying to do right now. So, um, but yeah, I mean, that was surprisingly, it was unexpectedly great, I would
nice.
say. Um, So I mean, I might have to just tell my wife to make that happen, make my sister come up every year, and then it'll be fine. Because it's
How
very
often do you
rare.
see her during the year?
Usually we have to go down there, so it's
Okay,
usually not all of us together, like all five of us. Um, so it's always good when everybody's together, and that's kind of my heart and my hope. But so my sister works retail, so like Mother's Day is basically off the table. So that part stinks. But Father's Day, as we talked about, but she also works at a woman's retail store, so
right,
like
right.
Father's Day is not going to be super busy because you know it's
Yep.
not catering to dad. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I might have to just say that as a thing. Um, that's kind of where I'd like to see happen. And if we can at least start thinking about that this year, um, at least, and maybe even have them fly up instead of drive so they can stay a little longer and not be tired. Uh, but yeah, so we had, my sister's fiance who is a dad as well, and then me and my dad. So that was really nice. I do know that I generally I was thinking about that this year as well. As I generally just acquiesce to whatever my dad wants to do, uh, because he's in his mid 70s, and you never know how long you're gonna have. So
Right.
it's like, and he's real. He's like, no, I just want chili, and I want to sit on the couch, like.
Like,
So, yeah, we kind of do. It kind of worked out as kind of like a 2 day celebration in the fact that my sister came up and they came up. They actually came to our house because my parents weren't home, so they were surprising when they weren't there. So they came. So they hung out with us for a couple hours. Then they went to my parents and hung out with them and got some time with just them. So they did that on Saturday, and then everybody met on Sunday. So they got to kind of have a two-parter, hang out with us for a little bit, then hang out with them, and then we all got together. So really, it was perfect. So yeah, I mean, it really was everything I would want it to be. Um, Also, because I didn't think of anything to ask for,
yeah.
I probably could have asked for something small. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm looking around. I'm like, oh yeah, I could ask for like a book or a small
Right.
thing for my bass or whatever, just something, um, so that we could so that they could give something. But I mean, everyone gave cards and that type of stuff, and they're always heartfelt just to see what people write in them or what they
Right.
chose. And that part, I think, I underscore,
Okay.
um, or I don't think about it until like even when I got the card that my youngest sister got me, I just like half read it, and I was like, actually, you know what? Let me read this thing. And I was like, oh, like that's really nice, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when you think about it, like when I'm sitting in the thing thinking about like cards for Mother's Day or someone's birthday, you have to sift through like the cards and read
Yeah.
them and be like, okay, do I, what's this say? Blah blah blah. And so I need to give that respect of reading and really like, okay, someone took the time. I mean, even if they didn't, they had to be like at least read through it and be like, oh, this
Right.
is the first one. Great. They went to the store specifically for the card,
Yeah.
um, which the time in itself is pretty valuable. So just considering those, I'm really just a heartfelt, like easy person to kind of go for. And I don't even know. Usually, yeah, Father's Day is always interesting because there's not as many sports on all the time. Um, so I'm like, man, what do I want to watch or whatever? And I really just want to hang out and just float from conversation to conversation, um, and kind of go from there. So it definitely worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that, man. That's awesome. And to me, I feel like you're more of an experienced person anyway. So I think that fits your style and landed perfectly for you. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it really did. So yeah, so Father's Day turned out to be better than it's cracked up to be.
Thanks. Thanks, man. And, this weekend I am volunteering for work, but the family's going to come down and stay for a little while. But it's going to be kind of hot, so you know, this year we learned that we're going to take two cars so they can leave whenever they want, and I'll
Yeah,
stay and do what I committed to do. But um, try to keep this train rolling, man. Just continue to ask for what we want, and that's
hmm
not only for gifts, but that's within your relationship as well. Ask for what
facts.
you want, set the expectations, have conversations around that, and also remember that it goes both ways. Allow your wife to set expectations and ask for what she wants, and then also deliver on them. I promise you, life is so much better and smoother when you are having those conversations and you are delivering on each other's needs.
And for sure. And with that, we will wrap up this episode. Take those last words to heart. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you have any comments, you want to let us know how your Father's Day went, just leave it in the comment section or Search Marriage is Tougher on any social media platform and just let us know. How did your Father's Day go? What would you like to see better? How could you communicate better to get those things that you would want or those experiences? Or go to marriagestougher.com, hit the contact form, and let us know how you went there. So we appreciate you. Until next time, we'll chat later.
Peace.